Our next lesson in the Social Studies A Geography unit involves latitude and longitude. The learning outcomes are basically we need to know which direction they run, and that's the first one. The second one is actually knowing how to write and locate coordinates. And then the last one is if we're given a set of coordinates, we need to be able to find them on a map. So if I move ahead here, this frame gives us a good review on how the lines of latitude and longitude run. So in the blue here, it's indicating lines of latitude, and they run north and south. They always go across, they're always mentioned first, and they're always attached to north or south. Lines of longitude, on the other hand, and they're going to be indicated in yellow, they always run vertically, and they have east and west attached to them, and their starting point is the prime meridian. In fact, I should mention the starting point for the lines of latitude is the equator. The highest number that you can use for a line of latitude is 90 degrees north or south. The highest number that you can use for lines of longitude is 180, because it's either 180 180 east or 180 west. So here's a quick review. Lines of latitude run horizontally, lines of longitude run vertically. When writing coordinates, the lines of latitude always go first. Lines of longitude are always second. And latitude is associated with north and south, lines of longitude, east and west. Okay, so how does this look? Well, if I were to, now if you were in class, you're watching this more than likely because you weren't in class. Let me show you what we did. There's two windows here, and what we are asked to do is find these places. Okay, now I'm going to go to full screen, and I'm going to just show you how this works. We're not going to be worried too much about the places, but as soon as I click on a place, Washington, D.C., we do the blue lines first because they're latitude. We've got 38.5 degrees north, and then of course from the prime meridian, we're going to do 78.5 degrees west. And I should probably back up a second here. Prime meridian is here. This is the starting point for lines of longitude. And the starting point for latitude, which of course is the number that goes first, is the equator. So let me erase that, and then let's get back to the actual looking at how these numbers are generated. Here's another one, Lincoln. Of course, from the equator, it's 40.7 degrees north, 97.4 degrees west. And I can click on any one of these, and you can see how they're generated. Always go from the equator first, and then from the prime meridian. Now, one interesting thing is you'll see here that I'm using the decimal version of this. We don't, in our atlas, that is actually not used. We actually use this sexagesimal version, and I'll just click on that right now and I'll show you what this looks like. So let's just click on something. Washington, D.C. would be 39 degrees, 59 minutes north, 77 degrees, 8 minutes west. Again, we'll do Barrow, Alaska. It's not showing you the numbers. Let's try something else. Okay, now I did tell you in class that you can also get seconds involved in here. So in this case, in Iceland, you could have 65 degrees, 36 minutes, and let's say 33 seconds. And if you remember from our 5 themes of geography, that is the absolute location, and that's how you can pinpoint it with incredible accuracy. Now let's take a look here. If we open up Google Maps, if we were to actually pinpoint exactly where we are, this is what we would see on an actual satellite image. Let's try another one. Let's do Washington, D.C. again, and then let's open up Google Maps and see what we see. Now we can zoom in. Let's actually see exactly where we are. On the edge of a town somewhere. Obviously Washington, D.C. Okay, so you can play around with that as well. Okay, let's go here. Now this is the assignment, so we can just bypass that. Let's go back to dual screen. Now this was the next thing. Task number 2 asked us to write the latitude and longitude for these two spots. So for day 2, give it a try and then I'll tell you the answer here in a second. So what you should have had for day 2 was 28.6 degrees north. That should be your first number. And then 81.1 degrees west, and that should be your second number. For day 3, the blue line again should be first. It's 36.2 degrees north, and then the second number is 80.5 degrees west. Those two numbers, by the way, should be separated by a comma. Pardon me. Okay, let's try this on our own. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so what's the longitude and latitude coordinates of Austin, Texas? Give it a try and then I'll give you the answer. Actually, I'll show you this and then I'll give you the questions first and then I'll go back and give you the answers. This one is of London, England. And again, if you're at home watching this, you probably should pause it because I'm going to go through it fairly quickly. This one is Cairo, Egypt. This one is for Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. This one, let me scroll down here, is for Canberra, Australia. This one is for Montevideo, Uruguay. I'll show you up here, Uruguay. And then the last practice one that we did in class was for Tokyo, Japan. So what are the answers? Well, let's go back. Austin, Texas, you have, so we go north first, so 30 degrees north, 110 degrees west, approximately. This one here, you always go north, so let me see here, about 50 degrees north, and maybe 1 degree west. This one, Cairo, 15, I'd say maybe 28 degrees north and 32, maybe 35 degrees east. Next one, Ottawa, Canada. We're just below the 45 degrees, so I'd say about 40 degrees north and 80 degrees west, approximately. We're going to do an assignment in the atlas, and you're going to have to be a lot more precise than what I'm doing right now. Here, we're in the negative numbers, so we need to go, let's see, about 28 degrees south and about 142 degrees east would be the answer for that one. This one for Montevideo, Uruguay would be about 35 degrees south and 74 degrees, maybe about 74 degrees west. And then last but not least, Tokyo, Japan, we would have 38 degrees north and 138 degrees east. Now here, so that's just to kind of give you a sense of what it's at. Here is some more exercises. You will need an atlas for it. Just click on the hyperlink and you'll get the PowerPoint. And the answers are in there so that you have extra practice. And here's the handout. This is the assignment that will be expected to be completed and handed in for marks. Now, the last thing that we did in class was this game. And so, okay, I forgot to turn the volume down. Anyway, here's the game that you need to give it a try if you're interested. Here's the website, and you just hit play, and then obviously, as you can see here, you get to practice your latitude and longitude. Okay, so let's get those worksheets done and see if we can get this concept learned. All right.